The first credits on the Nintendo Switch 2 have been seen, we have more leaks coming in, and what's more, there's a lot of news to go over. So welcome to Nintendo Switch 2 news. Yes, we have more coming in from the Nintendo Switch 2 events. Some factory leaks have been happening in China specifically, but that doesn't really matter since even people like myself have been touching, moving around with the Joy-Cons. Some people at the preview event in Tokyo, Japan, have actually seen the end credits of The Legend of Zelda. By the way, had a much better booth experience than we had in London or pretty much anywhere else where booths was actually able to beat the game and see the credits as probably the very first person actually on the Nintendo Switch 2. Following the Tokyo Nintendo Switch 2 experience, Nintendo Japan, or Nintendo Corporate, has not been holding back in the slightest, bringing us Creator's Voice with a number of third-party developers. Still, the bigger announcement came at the very end of it, namely for us Zelda fans. As of May 6th, we're getting Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment news, since there will be a Creator's Voice with the developers at Koei Tecmo and AAA Studios. And right here, we probably might get some, who knows, more footage or at least new screenshots from the game, confirming further that 1. This is a canonical game to the Legend of Zelda timeline, respectful of what happened in Tears of the Kingdom, maybe learning something more about Tears of the Kingdom that we didn't know. But none of us have been allowed yet to see, the main menu, the UI, but Mike Odyssey, who attended the Austin event, was able to actually go and ask people there how the UI is, and the UI looks pretty much the same. It has been upgraded. The best way of saying is just that it's been upgraded, overhauled from the Switch. It's more, what would I say, streamlined. It has a nicer look at it. We already have screenshot of course. Nintendo's also added detailed images of the full system, revealing extra protection for the Kart cover. We also have another look at the confirmed to be non-Switch 1 compatible Switch 2 4K dock without the back cover on. But when it comes to both controllers and accessories, Hori has actually posted a number of videos detailing the famous Piranha Plant camera at this point, but also far more actually, as they did pretty much a mukbang style video featuring all their Nintendo Switch 2 accessories, at least for launch. And I'm gonna be honest and say they definitely could have filmed this better. Yes, they do have screenshots of it and showing them piece by piece, but it could have been done more professionally. I will link the full video in the description down below so that you can watch it fully. It's all in Japanese, of course. So just cases, cameras, controllers, including the turbo controller, and a bunch of other additions. So they already have a very big lineup. And what is great is that Nintendo has been providing through Nintendo Today videos of how this works and everything, or stuff we just saw behind the glass in London, New York, and so on, because no one has been able to try out the camera, for example. But for Nintendo Today, we have been able to see, the lids for the privacy, like the Pro Controller, because the Pro Controller obviously has these mappable buttons. And we got a solid demonstration of that, apart from the one that I gave you, of course, from Nintendo Today. And this one, apart from also showing how silent the controllers are, we also got to see something brand new, namely the fact that it's very easy to just connect your headphones. Actual footage and showing how the attachment and lock feature of the Joy-Cons work through Nintendo Today. When it comes to gameplay, I think that they could have shown a little bit more on their YouTube channel, because on Nintendo Today, including with Zelda, the Wind Waker, where we have now quite a bit of footage, as you can see from the screen yourself, when it comes to both story sections, gameplay sections, and even mid-game sections, where we're getting very close to getting the Master Sword in that game. And looking at all this footage, it looks great. By all means, it looks great. But I do know the limitations of GameCube, the Wind Waker. It is the best looking version from an artistic perspective, but we're missing widescreen. We are missing a lot of the quality of life improvements that were in Wind Waker HD. And of course, I hope that this isn't the only Wind Waker version we'll have on the Nintendo Switch 2. Other games that have been featured are of course Donkey Kong Bananza, where we have seen a little bit more of the camera features in that game. Speaking of Donkey Kong, Bananza has been confirmed to be undocked on the LCD display in 1080p 60 frames per second, also with HDR. Great news, as this game needs to be in the highest resolutions available at 60 frames per second. Plus of course, The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom Nintendo Switch 2 edition. Mostly focusing just on loading times, because of course the Switch 2 has much better loading speeds than in the case of the Nintendo Switch. The good thing when it comes to, for example, the $50 camera, is that if you have a USB-C camera, that is to say USB-C to USB-C, or just a USB-C entrance camera, like this camera here, for example, you can actually connect it most likely to the Nintendo Switch 2. Of course, it has to be USB-C to USB-C, but if you have a USB-C to USB-C cable, it should be usable. And yes, it might be good to have a privacy shot. This is a 1080p camera, 60 frames per second, just like the one that Nintendo will be selling. It's more expensive though, so I probably think you should be getting the Nintendo Switch 2 camera instead. It's built for the device, and also people will be seeing you in a very small eye or something. But let's get back to the events. In Milan, a Swiss Twitter user was able to actually play around a little bit. The thing about the magnetic Joy-Cons is that you can attach them whatever way you want. You can take the regular way, backwards, upside down. I think it's a positive thing to have, because if you mount your controller with a magnetic design, you could easily end up just putting it the wrong way, and the magnets just attach. So it's good that it's so easily attachable, and it just feels like Nintendo has gone for convenience here in all ways. We have the new straps, for example. They just go on the section that are magnetic, and doesn't cover up the bigger SL and SR buttons. People here have been able to discover quite a lot of things actually about the system, including the games like Mario Kart World, for example. We have learned that you can ride bigger vehicles, like, you know, the truck and the boat for like 20 seconds outside of your cart. This is of course in free mode. And finally, we got a new confirmation, that of Mario Kart World on Switch 2 having adjustable camera settings, not just in free mode, but in mid races. It's a first in the series, and there's video proof to back it up. Apart from that, we've had some news coming out from Japan, and that being specifically the magazine, the official magazine, Nintendo Switch 2. Of course, it will be linked in the description down below. Recaptures everything that we had in the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct, and a little bit also of Mario Kart World. This is also why I think the Direct was when it was for that game. Information for, you know, attendees, families, and it's in many ways like an arguments list of why to buy a Nintendo Switch 2. But yes, there's 80 pages to browse here, and I think it is time to talk a little bit about the leak. So if you don't want to be spoiled of this when the reveal of the game happens, then thank you so much for watching this video. But for the guys that are still here, Central Leaks can now confirm that Pokemon Gen 10 codename Gaia will take place in the Cyclades. Yes, that's the name of the region. And we also have maps and islands. It will be a lot of water in this game. So IGN, yeah, get ready for 7.8 from IGN. Jokes aside, they also point out that it will be exclusive for the Nintendo Switch 2, and I really do hope that is the case. Because, let's be honest, yes, we have the Switch 2 version of Pokemon Legends today, but yeah, compared to other Switch 2 games, and also Switch to Switch 2 versions, you know, it doesn't look that great. So here's hoping that this will truly be a next-gen experience for the 30th anniversary of Pokemon. We'll be covering more details in upcoming videos. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and press the notification bell. Last but not least, a big thanks to you for watching, and to all our patreon.com/commonrealm patrons. Special shoutouts go to Raw Producer, JC Funk, and Heroes, Cheryl, Garrett Hoy, Holly Wolf, and Kintaro. You all rock, and please enjoy one or both of these two awesome videos.